Welcome to this lesson on Meiosis II. Meiosis II is the second division in meiosis, where sister chromatids are separated to create genetically unique cells. This process is essential for sexual reproduction and shares many similarities with mitosis, though it produces haploid cells instead of diploid ones. Meiosis II is the second division that follows Meiosis I, and importantly, it occurs without any DNA replication in between. During this phase, sister chromatids are separated into individual chromosomes. The process is very similar to mitosis in its mechanics, but the key difference is that it produces haploid cells, meaning cells with half the number of chromosomes. Meiosis II begins with two haploid cells that resulted from Meiosis I. At this starting point, each cell still contains chromosomes made up of two sister chromatids joined together at the centromere. A crucial fact to remember is that there is no DNA replication between Meiosis I and Meiosis II, so the cells move directly into the second division. Prophase II is the first phase of Meiosis II. During this phase, the chromosomes condense and become visible under a microscope. The nuclear envelope, which surrounds the nucleus, breaks down completely. At the same time, spindle fibers begin to form from opposite poles of the cell. These spindle fibers will be essential for moving chromosomes during the later phases. Metaphase II is the alignment phase. During this stage, chromosomes line up along the metaphase plate, which is an imaginary line in the center of the cell. Spindle fibers attach to structures called kinetochores located at the centromere of each chromosome. Before the cell can proceed, it performs a checkpoint to ensure that all chromosomes are properly attached to the spindle fibers. Anaphase II is the critical separation phase. The centromeres holding sister chromatids together split apart. Once separated, the sister chromatids move to opposite poles of the cell, pulled by the spindle fibers. This is a crucial moment because each chromatid is now considered an individual chromosome. The cell is preparing to divide these newly separated chromosomes into different daughter cells. Telophase II is the final phase of Meiosis II. Nuclear envelopes reform around each set of chromosomes at opposite ends of the cell. The chromosomes begin to decondense, becoming less tightly packed. Simultaneously, cytokinesis occurs, which is the division of the cytoplasm. This creates separate cells, completing the division process. The final result of Meiosis II is the production of 4 haploid daughter cells. Each of these cells is genetically unique from the others due to crossing over and independent assortment that occurred during Meiosis I. These cells contain half the number of chromosomes compared to the original parent cell. In humans, these cells will develop into gametes, which are sex cells like sperm or eggs. It is important to understand the key differences between Meiosis II and mitosis. Meiosis II produces 4 haploid cells, each with half the number of chromosomes as the parent cell. In contrast, mitosis produces 2 diploid cells that have the same chromosome number as the parent cell. While the mechanics are similar, the outcomes are fundamentally different. To summarize, Meiosis II separates sister chromatids through 4 distinct phases: Prophase II, Metaphase II, Anaphase II, and Telophase II. The process is similar to mitosis, but produces 4 unique haploid cells instead of identical diploid cells. These haploid cells are essential for sexual reproduction, allowing genetic diversity to be passed on to the next generation.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.